Guys, let's talk about something that is a little bit exciting, I think, but also pretty interesting, like pretty much every topic, especially Hulkbuster. So, are InArt figures likely, keyword likely, to sit or to be discounted? Because I've heard this idea thrown out there a bunch, right? About InArt figures. Well, they're expensive. They're going to be discounted. They're going to sit. You're going to be able to pick them up later. You're going to be able to use coupons, whatever. And I've been wrong about many things in my life, but this one I'm not sure these are going to be super readily available upon release, because Queen Studios has not, and InArt have not really communicated that that is their plan. Maybe we don't know. We're going to see how what happens when the Joker drops soon. Apparently this month, but I guess we're going to find out. Spec Fiction is what I'm sharing right now on my screen because a lot of these figures went back up for pre-order because of cancellations. The same thing happened with 1/6 Kit where he had cancellations. He put them back up for a couple days. People were freaking out a little bit, but you got an option to pre-order some more figures. I pre-ordered a second Pennywise with Kit, so I'm very happy about that because he has great prices shipped. So Spec Fiction, you can still go on there right now and pre-order any InArt figure that you want. So he said some cancellations, you can get what you want, but we don't know if that's going to be the case or they're going to sit or be discounted just because they're expensive. It depends how good, I guess, they come out. But Carlos, I'll start with you on this one. What do you think? Is InArt likely to sit or be discounted and or be discounted?
That's going to be a harder one, right? Because,
Right.
all right, so
no precedent to go off of.
Yeah, if the Joker comes out and the invoices start coming out in December, like, okay, if they start coming out now, let's say, because the first batch is supposed to come out soon, then we might get some because a lot of people are waiting on Black Friday. They're waiting on Black Friday. They're trying to see what's going on. They're trying to save their money. So it might. However, I've seen the final. We've all seen the final of the Joker, the rooted version. I believe once people start getting it in hand, start taking regular photos, right? Like, so non-professionals like Kiko, right? Like, we're not all Kiko, right? So all of our photos that will look normal, those start looking really good. Then that's gonna start the domino effect, which I keep calling that, of people starting to buy these more and more, right? Right now, I think it might sit until the first wave of people start getting them, but I don't think this is going to be like a hot toy thing where they are going to make where it's going to sit for years or like a year or two. Because from what I've been told from Queen is that they're only making essentially what the retailers bought and what that was pre-ordered, right? So I don't believe these are going to sit for a really long time. They might sit like everything, but not like a hot toy. So I want to make sure that's not like, I'm not going to say that these are going to be like a hot toy where things are just going to sit like that. You know what I mean? But it's just difficult to say because obviously there's no market for it. But I strongly believe, like I said, once that Joker comes out, people start getting it in hand, people are going to be like, oh shit, this is really good. They might start canceling some hot toys and actually try to jump on these. So yeah, that's I guess I will say for that.
Yeah. And I'm mostly with you there. I don't think these are going to sit in stock for long periods of time personally, but I could be wrong. I originally said coming into this that I didn't think people would pay these type of prices, and I was proven wrong. And I myself have proven my own habits wrong because I didn't think I would want to pay these prices, but I have because of quality, and quality tends to win out more often than not. As far as prototypes are concerned, again, we have to keep saying that these are not final products. That we've seen some finals, but we don't have them in hand yet, right? So as far as prototypes go, they are incredible. We will see how the final products turn out, but we just don't know yet. But I will say that they have our attention, right? I can just tell people from, looking at the analytics from my own videos, from streams and otherwise, InArt videos get views. I can just tell you that. Like, people are paying attention to InArt. When InArt drops something, and it's, maybe at one of their events, it's all over Reddit. It's all over the Facebook groups. InArt has people's attention right now. So, and I don't think this is going to be super, super mass produced where it's like, you're going to get a ton left over in stock. They might make 15,000 Jokers, but that doesn't mean it's going to be readily available when it comes out. It might be. It might not be. I would bet my money on the latter that it's not going to be. But Kiko, what do you think? Are InArt figures going to be likely to sit or be discounted? I think you have the Joker on pre-order, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's coming from Kit as well.
Nice.
The rooted 2-pack, that's the one I went with. And so when that comes here, here's my thing. Will it be discounted? It all depends on the retailer or the resellers, how many they bought. If they
Right.
bought too many and they're like, oh shit, then they'll certainly, because they don't want to move them. I think originally when they first come out, then there's going to be a rush because everyone wants them. But if once they get in people's hands, and if there's something that they don't like or there's an issue, that's the only thing that would cause a pause. To be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm just saying, for example, I got the Joker. It was a piece of shit. Not what I thought it was going to be. Absolutely, I'm not continuing with my Bruce, my Batman, my Gandalf, whatever. And then they'd be like, until they improve on this, until they address these concerns, I'm not pre-ordering another thing. That's the only thing that would stop that. But I think there will be a rush for the hype because it'll be the first figure. I don't see any issue of of a Joker being discounted. I honestly don't, because I know that. And then there was that relist issue that people were worried about, like, okay, yeah, pre-orders are done. They're like, oh, just kidding, pre-orders are back. And I know that breeds some distrust, because people are like, okay, what's going on? It's gonna be a fun few months once it starts, just to see how it is, because I can't wait to see people getting butthurt. Where like, I bought this for full price and they're already selling it for $750 for the rooted hair version. And that's coming. That's coming.
Yeah. If it does happen, then indeed, Kiko. But you could also see the flip side of that for the people maybe that were naysaying a little bit, and then this sells out. And they're like, oh, looking for a good price, right? You could also see that too. So we really don't know because we don't have a
pay retail or below.
Right, exactly. So you could see we don't have a precedent to go off of to judge this, so we really don't know how this is going to go. When Joker drops, hopefully at the end of this month or maybe even next month, and it starts shipping out and people are getting those invoices, then I think we're going to find out if people, for one, put their money where their mouth is and actually pay the $1,000 that they thought they wanted to pay, and then now they're going to be required to follow through or not. And then also we're going to see if the people who didn't want to follow through, and then you start seeing more final reviews besides just Justin's, and you start seeing like Man of Hot and all these other reviewers get these figures and they say they're awesome. Then at that point, and you start seeing them in the groups, and like Carlos said, non-Kiko professional photos, when you start seeing that type of stuff and people like everyday in hand photos and they look great, or they look the opposite, like shit, then that's going to start swaying people. But
right.
Yeah,
essentially, if you're paying $1,000, and this happened with the Prime 1 Joker, right? If you're paying $1,000 for 2 figures, diorama, and everything it comes with, it's still $1,000, right? For the whole set.
Yep.
You want to make sure it looks good from all angles, right? Whether it's a really bad photo or a really good one, right? We're going to be able to judge that, but that's going to be a huge factor, like Kiko said, for sure.
Yeah. And I think we're going to find out. But I think overall our answers are, I'm in a no boat. Are you guys in the know that these are going to be discounted? Heavily, at least.
No, not heavily, no.
Yeah. Maybe you might get a 5 to 10% at some point, but I don't even think that's
something like that, yeah.
So anyway,